Yes, sir. What it really do? DC gang, welcome back to the channel. So listen, gang, I've been having some up and down with the game. You know how this game is. You're playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Hand Trap Duel, Yu-Gi-Oh! Maxi and Fualos Duel, Yu-Gi-Oh! Freaking whatever you want to call it, not Master but Duel. And we're gonna keep playing the game because that's just the life we live, bro. It is what it is. So I made it to Master 3 the other day on stream. It was actually using this deck here. I switched to the Punk Asemina deck, and nobody lets me build the board with the deck. I got frustrated. I tried to build a freaking Exodia Sky Striker deck, and that's why I D-ranked to Master 5. I was touching it out in Master, was getting clapped left and right. Ashes, Maxi, Fualos, and freaking Droll and Lockbirds all over the place. And then, I decided, you know what? I'm just going to go back to the Smith tiers. That's what I call it. Now, we were playing this deck on stream, and this deck got a huge boost to its well, not its consistency in general, but the way that you could consistently just actually build a board. So it did get a huge boost in consistency, but it's mainly the Beatrice. The FIENDSMITH engine is perfect for this deck, and again, the Beatrice is just icing on the cake for what this deck can do in comparison to what it used to do. Now, I played this deck in like 3 different versions, okay? So I did play 3 Fualos in this. I took them out. So what I had was I was only playing 1 copy of this and 3 Fualos, so I'll show you. It was a 44 card deck list like this. That's what we were playing. We were doing perfectly fine with it. Then for some reason, I kept playing with the deck off stream, and this just became extremely useless in the deck. I kept drawing it, throwing it out, and it just didn't do anything. So I decided to take it out. I was playing like this, then I decided to do this. Now, at some point in time, I decided to cover one of the weaknesses of the deck, which is back row. So I decided to do this here. So at some point in time, I just got rid of the 3 Fualos and started playing 3 Cosmic Cyclones, mainly because of the fact that this deck struggles extremely against back row. This deck doesn't have a lot of ways of getting rid of back row. It's just not something that's built into tiers, except for with like, tier limits Heartbeat, but it's not that great. Like, it's good, but it's not that great. You'd rather have 3 Cosmic Cyclones if you can, because every deck in this game, including this one, sets up nasty back row. So for that reason, I was playing this. Now, I'm just telling you because I kind of just took it out. I was trying to make the deck as consistent as possible. I ended up with this, and again, all I did was add another track, and then I was doing perfectly fine. I still do want to run this at 3, just to let you know. But I am going to give you the best reference that I can give you for the deck list in the current meta. So let's get over there. Alright, familia. So this is one of the best current versions of tier limits that you could play. It's from Justinian. If you don't know who he is, he actually played in the Masterduel meta weekly, and he got top 4 out of a few hundred players, which is really good, and I can see why. If you look at the deck list, he's playing 3 draws. Basically, he's playing the game how it's intended to play right now. He's playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Hand Trap Duel. He's only playing 1 Lori, 3 Droll and Lockbirds, 2 Maxis, 3 Ash Blossoms. He's playing 1 copy of the Retaliating Sea. You could play 2 copies of it. And this thing just stops a lot of decks right now, including your own. Like, this thing is just nasty. Then he's also playing 2 Sea Mirrors, which honestly I agree with, just because of the fact that it just makes the deck more consistent for your 1-card combos, because, you're going to activate, send any one of your tier limit cards, activate their effect, and go from there. So running 2 of these is like having 3 Rhino Hearts, you know what I mean? So for that reason, I think this is good. He's running 3 Rhino Hearts, 2 Sharons, he's playing the 3 Fualos, and then he's also playing 3 Perulia. Honestly speaking, 3, 3, and 3, that's probably the reason why you're winning games. I ain't even gonna lie to you. You're drawing cards out of the wazoo. You're drawing cards out of the wazoo. If this one doesn't draw you into this one draws you into this one. If both of these don't draw you into that one, this one gonna draw you into these. These are just nasty being in the game. All 3 of these being in the game right now makes me angry. I'm not even gonna front, because why are all 3 of these cards in the game at the same time? That's just nasty work, Konami. But I digress. So yeah, he's playing 3 copies of that, 2 FIENDSMITH, 1 Fenrir, 2 Kashtira Unicorns, and I agree with the Kashtira package in this deck, and I'm gonna show you why in one of the replays. It honestly allows you to do a crazy amount of combos without even having to need an actual tier limits card, where you need the Kashtira one, but technically it's both engines, Kashtira tier limits and Kashtira, and I'm gonna show you that. He's playing 1 Foolish Burial Goods, 1 Grief, 3 copies of the track. I'm only playing 2, like I said. I think 2 is good. 3 is, it might just be better because you just do your FIENDSMITH combo. He's playing 1 Pressure Planet Racer, 1 Birth, 2 Call by the Graves, and then 1 Sulliek. That's crazy. You only play 1 Sulliek? No meta noise, no anything, bro. It's just different. For the extra deck, he's playing the same thing as me, almost the same thing as we're going to go over it. He's playing Desires. I'm not playing Desires. I'll tell you why in a second. And then he's playing Distant, which is actually really good because it's a Fiend, it's a Fiend Earth monster, but it's a Fiend. And it needs 2 level 4s to detach and a card to the graveyard. It's really good. I suggest playing this. I was playing it at some point in time and just took it out because I like playing the game how I like playing the game. So if you want a really competitive deck, I think you should try this one. If you're really trying to take tier limits to like Master 5, Master 1, whatever, I think this is the deck to do it with. But I build the deck how I build the deck. So let's get back to that. Yes, sir. So here we are for my deck list. It's not a huge difference. Again, we are playing 1 Larry, 2 Maxis, 3 Ash Blossoms, 1 Halfness. We are playing Fairy Tail Snow, 2 copies of the Sharon, 3 copies of the Rhino Heart. I'm not playing the, what's it called? I'm not playing the Seamare. I think I should play 1 copy of it at least. But I'm not playing. I was doing perfectly fine without any copies of Seamare. But for consistency reason, you might want to run 1 to 2. But yeah, we're running 3 Rhino Hearts. We're going to run 1 Keldo, 1 Mudora, 2 copies of the Engraver, 1 copy of the Destrato because I like playing Baron de la Flor in this deck. We are playing Baron de la Flor. So for that reason, we play Destrato. Also, sometimes you have to pay half your life points, but it gives you that extra body that you need to do your Link shenanigans to get into your Fiend Stupidity. So it's really good. Then we're going to run 1 Kashtira Ephemeria, 2 Kashtira Unicorns, 1 Tier Limits Kashtira, 1 Reinforcement of the Army, 1 Foolish Burial Goods, 1 Tier Limits Grief. We're going to run 2 copies of the track. Like I said, I think 2 is perfect. 3 might just be better for consistency reason, but I like 2 because I don't want to be milling the spells. That's why I was having a hard time putting Cosmic Cyclone in here because I didn't want to mill spells. I want to mill my monsters. So for that reason, I only run 2. We're going to run 1 Pressure Planet Race-Off, 3 copies of the Tier Limit Scream, 1 copy of the Tier Limit Birth. We're going to run the Tier Limit Birth, Kashtira, Birth Kashtira, 3 copies of the Polymerization. Super Poly just feels really good to be played in this deck, and for that reason I played at 3. We're going to run 2 copies of the Call by the Grave, 1 copy of the Tier Limit Heartbeat, 1 copy of the Meta Noise, 1 Triva Karma, 1 copy of the Crime, and then 1 copy of Sulliek, which bro only plays 1 trap, which is insane. But okay, we're going to play 1 Moon Dragon of the Swamp, 1 Kekalos. We're going to play the Garura, 1 copy of the La Crema, yeah, La Crema, you know what I'm saying, La Crema, 1 copy of the Predator Plant Dragon Stepelia, which can come in handy sometimes. Either you make it yourself or you use, 1 Fusion Monster, 1 Dark Monster, and the Fuse. Really good against Branded. We're going to play 1 Root Kalos. We're going to play the Tier Limits Kaleido Heart, 1 copy of the Baron de la Flor, like I said. Time Thief Redoer. Now, this could be any level 4 Xyz monster that you want. Now, I was playing Dugaras. It was really decent. I just decided to go with the Time Thief because I kind of like it better, depending what the heck I'm doing. And it's good that you have the extra body on the field. Better to do extra damage and stuff like that. Draw, take a card from your opponent, get a little bit of information against what you're playing. So I really like it. There we go. Beatrice, which I think is going to get banned in an upcoming ban list. This thing has to get hit. Konami's going to do something to this thing. Count the days of Beatrice because she's going to get slapped with something. All right? She has to. This thing is way too good. Then we're going to run the Fiend, 1 copy of the Requiem, 1 copy of the SP, the Littlest Knight, aka Stuart Little, 1 copy of the Moon of the Closed Heavens, 1 Feast Main Sequence, and then 1 Appaloosa Bow of the Goddess. So the reason I'm playing the deck, this is the deck list that I'm using. Now again, I think the one that I showed you for reference might be better in terms of climbing. I just built this because I enjoy playing I do it for the love of the mail, bro. You know what I'm saying? We like the mails. So for that reason, I built it like this. So with that being said, if you guys enjoyed the content, please remember to leave a like, share, comment, and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. I'm going to try and have screenshots of our win streak because, again, I started playing a different deck after this. So hopefully I don't forget. I'll have it around here. So with that being said, enough with the yapping. I got some replays and hopefully I can show you some live gameplay maybe. So let's get into it. Alright familia, here we are for replay numero uno, number 1 of the day. And I decided to start off with this replay just to show you how good this deck is at doing stupidity out of nothing. Well, we have stuff, but it's just crazy how this works. So here we're going to start it off. I don't think they have any hand traps. We activate the planet race, so we're going to get the Fenrir because we already have the unicorn. Special summon the unicorn, activate the unicorn's effect, get the birth so I can birth the Fenrir onto the field. Give me that it's mine. Activate the Fenrir, and we're going to get ourselves the Teal Image Castira. And this is where the craziness happens, right? Because you're going to use two monsters to link off into the moon of the closed heaven. Bring her out here. We're going to activate special summon the Teal Image Castira by banishing the Fenrir. Get that thing out of here. Activate her effect. We're going to mill 3. Our mill was kind of dookie. We mill reinforcements of the army, Maxi, and Crime, which don't do anything. So we're going to link off the moon of the closed heaven into a Requiem. Bring it out here. That's mine. This thing doesn't have an animation. Activate that thing's effect. Get it out of here. Special summon the engraver onto the field. We're going to use both of these monsters here. And we're going to go into a copy of the sequence. So I can sequence into doing my actual combo, activating its effect, get the moon out of here in the Requiem, special summon La Crema, the cream, you know what I'm saying, the lotion, one time for the one time, activate its effect, special summon the engraver. That's 2 level 6s, make yourself a Via de la Trish, you know what I'm saying, the lady of the Eternal. Activate her effect, and all you need is one Teal Image monster, which is in your graveyard, because it was her. Now you're going to send yourself, your Sharon, activate Sharon's effect, and from there you're going to do your combo into your Teal Image shenanigans, going to the Kid Carlos. This deck just got a huge boost, bro. Activate Kid Carlos effect, we're going to send the Rhino Heart, activate Special Summon Rhino Heart, send Kid Carlos to the graveyard. Kid Carlos is going to activate the Rhino Heart. A lot of activations going on. Rhino Heart is going to send a Havness to the graveyard, we're going to mill 5, activate the Havness. We're going to use the Havness and the Kid Carlos to go into a copy of our Root Carlos. Now, we did mill 5 cards, which was Sharon. Well, no. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, no, we did mill 5 cards. And Sharon was one of them. That's crazy. So, yeah, we did mill a Lori. So, because we milled the Lori, we get to make even better plays here. So, we special summon Root Carlos. We're just going to activate the Engraver, return the Lori back into the deck, special summon the Engraver. Now we're not going to need all 3 of these, so we're just going to use all 3 of them to link off into an Appaloosa, Bow of the Goddess. Bring it out here. You're one with nature. Activate the birth the Fenrir back onto the field. Say your back row and your turn. We started without a single Teal Image card, and this is what you end up with. Like I said, we're playing the Cosmic Cyclone because this deck just sucks at back row removal. We got the Cove of the Grave. We got the birth with the Fenrir on the field, which means we could banish 3 cards from the graveyard. We got the anti-special summoning right here. We got a fusion trigger, and then we got basically 3 monsters against, plus a Maxi in the hand. The deck goes grandioso estupido. They activate the Fury map. They're going to give themselves the Dark Beckoning Beast to the hand, paying half their life points. They're going to activate Infinite Impermanence to negate the Appaloosa, Bow of the Goddess. I can't do anything about that, so I'm just going to throw out the Maxi. I'm not going to lie, I was hoping bro scooped, but he didn't, which is even better because, replays. So here he's going to special summon the Unicorn. We're going to join to the Polymerization. He's going to get himself a birth of his own. We're going to activate the Fenrir, banish the Unicorn. Now you're probably wondering, why the heck did bro just do that? One, yes, I knew he would activate the birth, but I know that we can take care of the birth with the Cyclone if I need to, and then he can't special summon anything. I just didn't want him touching my extra deck, to be honest. I don't want him doing that because of Kid Carlos. It's limited to 1, right? So he's going to normal summon the Dark Beckoning Beast, getting himself the opening of the Spirit Gates. We're not going to let you open anything, because as soon as you activate that, that's what I'm going to do, Cosmic Cyclone. And that's why I like playing that thing. Get that thing out of here, and now we basically stop a good amount of their plays. They're going to special summon a red onto the field, and I'm like, oh, bro's playing Sprite, Ubel Sprite, but he decided to go with this, and then bro decided to set his face and just end his life. That's all it was, because even without the Apollo, the thing is just he needs another level 2 monsters to special summon in order to negate anything. If he goes into, into the Sprite, the Gigantic, we're going to take care of that immediately. We have the Cove of the Grave. Like, he wouldn't be able to play through this board. It just wouldn't happen because, again, even if he goes into Gigantic, I can bounce back Gigantic as soon as he goes into that thing with Kaleido Heart. So it was GG's. So with that being said, let's continue. All right, familia, here we are for replay numero 2, number 2 of the day. We're going second against a really interesting idea that I kind of want to try. So they're gonna normal summon Aria and activate her effect, get the big welcome onto the field. This is the part that I don't understand. Bro's playing Bestials with Labyrinth with Fiendsmith. Fiendsmith, Labyrinth, Bestials. I understand the Fiendsmith. I understand the Labyrinth. I don't understand the Bestials because it did nothing for him. So here they're going to activate the lady, special summon the lady onto the field, right? They're going to use both of these monsters here to make a Moon of the Closed Heaven, bring it out here. Here they're going to use her to link off into a Requiem. You know how this goes. Requiem is going to activate, get it out of here. Special summon the Engraver from the from the deck, if I'm not mistaken. Activate the Beast of Jerusalem. He's going to banish the lady. And I mean, this works, right? Because now you get to recycle the lady, go +1 for the lady. You don't even want the lady in the grave. Well, you don't mind having her in the graveyard, but you want her in the deck. So this works, right? I guess for extending reasons, this is good, okay? They're going to use both of these to go into a sequence. Sequence, of course, is going to activate to use both of these monsters here to make La Crema one time for the one time. Bring it out here. That's what I'm going to call it, bro. If you don't like it, I'm sorry. That's his name. So here, he adds Engraver back to the hand. Oh, snap. Hold on. I didn't see this. Activate Engraver, send it to the graveyard to get the track. I just learned something new. I didn't think about that. I'm not even going to lie. Get the Lurry to the hand. Throw the Lurry in the graveyard. Bro kind of cooked. Activates the Lurry. Special summon the Lurry. Use all 3 of these to make an Apollo of the United and the States. Bring it out here. USA. USA. Bring it out here. Activate La Crema one time. Send the sequence back into the extra deck. Do burn damage because we need that. And then he's going to special summon the Engraver back onto the field. Now, at first I was questioning why. And then as soon as it was my turn, I was like, okay, I get it. He's playing Labyrinth. So he needs a card to bounce back to the hand. Now, I was just thinking, I don't think you necessarily want this in the hand unless you play like 2 copies of the track. And then you still have the, I don't know. I don't think it was the greatest, but this does work. So here we're going to join to a birth. We're going to activate the reinforcement here to see what the heck they would do. He activates the big welcome. So I'm like, okay, makes sense. Now, I don't understand what bro's plan was, right? Because he does that, brings the Engraver back. Now, clearly, I don't have a card on the field. So he wants to hand rip me for one. That's what he wants to do. But my thing is, we get ourselves a copy of the Rhino Heart. And ironically, he activates the lady. And he pops the copy of the Rhino Heart. This game is stupid. But by doing so, he allows me to activate the Rhino Heart. He doesn't stop it because I don't know what. So we're going to send the Scream to the graveyard. Activate the Rhino Heart. Chain block it with the Scream. And then he activates the Branded Regain to special summon the Beast of Jerusalem. And this is where I'm like, the Beast package didn't really do much for him. As we're going to Scream a Soliac to the hand. We're going to activate. Send a copy of the Telemach Castira to the graveyard. Mill 2. Activate the birth. Birth gonna activate special summon. I was honestly trying to get him to activate this before we start doing our fusioning shenanigans. That's what I was trying to do. So we're gonna special summon her back onto the field, activate her effect. We're gonna mill 3. We ironically hit a Sharon, so we activate the Sharon. And now he decides to use the Apollo. So now the Apollo is tiny enough for me to walk all over her face. We're gonna slap her, get her out of here because we can't deal with her right now. We just can't. We're gonna activate the Grief. Special summon the Havness and the Havness to the graveyard. Activate Havness effect. And we're going to use all 3 of these monsters to fusion summon into Collider Heart. I didn't really care about milling all that much. First of all, this is a problem. So I want to get rid of it. Also, I have a Soliac here. And his board is just not that strong because whatever these back row cards is, they didn't do that much. So we activate Collider Heart. We're going to return this thing into the deck, set our back row, and we're just going to play the game slow. Just again, I don't know what the heck this back row is. So here, they activate the big welcome here, targeting my Collider Heart, so I activate the Soliac. I'm going to negate the Lovely, send the Collider Heart to the graveyard to dodge. We're going to dodge and negate. So we negate dodge, activate Collider Heart, special summon it. Now I'm going to return a card back into your deck. Now, ironically, we also send the Sharon, right? Now here, I chose to activate Collider Heart and I decided to bounce back the back row. Now, honestly speaking, I should have just bounced her back. But because they like to have her in the deck, I decided not to. And I'm like, I don't know what this is. I don't want to deal with it. Get it out. So get that thing out of here. He didn't even activate. I don't know what the heck these cards were. So put that thing back into the deck. We're going to use both of these monsters here and we're going to go into a Kick Collar. Kid Carlos is gonna activate. We're gonna send the Hotness to the graveyard. We're not even gonna add it. So we could use both of these monsters to go into a copy of our Rue Carlos. We can negate a special summon now. So he's gonna activate the Engraver. Oh, he does play 2 copies of the track, right? Because that's why. No, bro just plays this thing. FIENDSMITH Sync. I don't know how good this is, but I've been seeing people cook with it. But anyways, they're gonna get the thing to the hand. They're going to normal summon a Ariana the Labyrinth Servant, which a lot of the time is not that great. So I'm not worried about that at all. So I'm not activating anything. They're gonna activate the Lori. Well, they're going to activate the Engraver, send the Lori back into the deck, special summon Engraver. This is when I activate Fairy Tales. No, we're going to banish 7. I don't care about the specific 7 cards. We're going to flip that thing face down because at this point in time, I'm shutting down the whole FIENDSMITH engine, right? No Lacrima, no burn damage, no sending a card to the graveyard. We're stopping a bunch of shenanigans just by doing this. I think it's worth it, so we did it like that. He's going to use both of these monsters to make a Moon of the Closed Heaven, which I thought he might do, but I'm fine with, right? So he activates that thing's effect. He's going to activate the FIENDSMITH Sync, getting himself a Fiend token onto the field. He's going to go and make himself the Requiem. Requiem is going to activate, send himself to the graveyard, and that's when we're going to negate, right? That's why we specifically made the Kid Carlos, because I knew at some point in time he was going to try and do this. And this token doesn't do anything by itself, because he already made the Moon. What are you making with the 1 token? He already made the Requiem as well. I'm thinking this ends the game right here and now. But what I forgot is that the spell in the graveyard does fusion summon. So he activates the track. That's not something I had in my calculations. So he's definitely going to make the Lacrima here. Bring it out. He's going to activate Lacrima's effect, special summon the Engraver back onto the field. Very smart on him. Activate the Requiem, attaches to that thing. That means he's going to send a card to the graveyard. He decided to send a Kaleido Heart to the graveyard because we already used his effect. Very smart on him. He's going to use both level 6 to go into Beatrice. And this is why I'm just like, I don't know if the deck been working that well for you, big bro, but I don't think he should be playing Bestials in this deck. Because what he does is detach a material and sends a Magna Hut and ends his turn. I'm like, wouldn't it be better to send like transactional rollback and then send another trap during my turn and like try and pop off or do something with that than just send Bestials? But then again, I don't know, I haven't played his deck. So he sends that, we join to an Engraver, ironically. We activate Engraver's effect, send it to the graveyard, getting myself a track to the hand, activate the track, try gonna get myself the Lori. You know how this goes, we can speed it up, send the Lori to the graveyard, activate Lori's effect, he's gonna activate Beatrice, and he's gonna send a Bestial Lubellion. Like, okay, Brandon Regain, he's gonna special summon one of the Magna Huts. He activates the Creamer, recycle the Requiem to do the burn damage, which is all the damage that he's done just has been burn damage. He activates Magna Hut. He's gonna search later, who cares? We go Lori, go Requiem. I don't even know what this trap in the back was, bro. Using both of these monsters that Fairy Tales know and the Requiem, we're gonna link off into the sequence. Sequence gonna activate special, well, yeah, fusion summon, going to La Crema one time for the one time. La Crema gonna activate, bring the Engraver back onto the field, give me that is mine. Engraver gonna activate to get the Requiem. Well, Requiem gonna activate to attach yourself to the Engraver. Engraver gonna activate, get the Requiem and the Beatrice out of here. And we just go for lethal damage. And that's my thing. I just feel like bro could have, I feel like he had better Beatrice plays if he was playing a more maybe trap heavy deck. But then again, I haven't played his deck to know how good or bad it is. I don't know. So with that being said, let's continue. Alright, gang, here we are for replay numero 3, number 3 of the day, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, this is 3. So we're going first. We're going to activate Special Summon the Unicorn, activate Unicorn's effect. We're going to get ourselves the Birth to the hand. Activate Sharon, Special Summon it so we could send the Shuffler to the graveyard. We're going to use both of these monsters because our mill was trash. We milled the... We milled the Larry, we milled the Fuelos, and we milled the Koba the Grave. So we're going to use both of these to go into the Moon, get the Birth going birth the Unicorn back onto the field. So we could use the Requiem, bring it out here. Requiem going to get itself out of here so we could special summon the Engraver. You know how this goes. We're going to get Ash at sad times. You're playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Hand Trap Duel. Sometimes one hand trap might stop you, you know. Sometimes it's 2, sometimes it's 3. We activate Unicorn. We're gonna get SP Little Knight out of here because this, mind you, bro, both of these cards on the field are just hella oppressive. I hate going like having to play against a Unicorn being on the field because it's so oppressive, bro. Most people play one copy. As tight as extra deck are, most people can only play one copy of their main extra deck stupidity. So this thing is hella oppressive. So here they're gonna draw a card. We got stopped. They're gonna normal summon the low for the low. They're gonna get themselves a copy of the Barrier. Of course, I get to touch the extra deck again. So I'm getting the Hero of the Arc Light out of here because now I know what the heck I'm playing against. They're gonna activate the Barrier here, getting themselves a copy of the Saphira Dragon Queen. Activate Saphira's effect, send it to the graveyard, send the spell to the graveyard. They're gonna get themselves the Skull Guardian to the hand. And before he even does anything, I toggle on. We have a Shuffler, so we're gonna activate the Keldo. Return all 3 of these cards back. Get my Requiem back, send both of his cards back, because that way he can, you know, make the Skull Guardian. He's going to link off into the Link Karibo. Link Karibo going to link off into a Gardener. Bring it out here. For here now, Gardener going to activate. Doesn't really matter. They activated the Madoka Maximus. Special summon the Maximus. Activate Maximus effect. And here I'm like, yeah, that's not a great thing to do against my deck, because yeah, we play Garura and then I play Kid Kalos, but I guess bro kind of knew that. Bro just had a plan. So he's gonna activate the Tri-Brigade Fairy J, and he's gonna activate his own Garura. So I'm gonna activate Kid Kalos, and I'm gonna activate my Garura to chain block the Kid Kalos from an Ash or something like that. But it never mattered because bro just had the out. He's just gonna call by the grave my Kid Kalos, which is horrible for us. Sad times. Get it out of here. Now, mind you, we could have avoided this. We could have avoided this if I would have just Super Poly right when he summoned this thing. But I did not think he had a call by the grave. I honestly didn't mind sending 2 to the graveyard, right? So even though we could have avoided it, how was I supposed to know bro had a call by the grave? So he's going to draw 2 cards, send 1 card back into the deck. We're going to activate the Fenrir here, and I'm just basically going to banish the low. I'm also going to banish Garura and the Tri-Brigade, but it's mainly the low. She has to go. Get it out of here. They're going to activate the Prayer of the Voiceless Voice, which I'm pretty sure they just got back to the hand, as they're going to make themselves the Skull Guardian. But there's no low anywhere, if I'm not mistaken. Yup. He's just going to activate that thing's effect, getting himself a copy of the Sword Abyss. Oh, yeah, he already normal summoned. What? Was there a better play that bro could have done? No, because that makes sense. He doesn't have any way of searching out a low. So like, he should have searched out a low, used the low, and then done this, but I don't think he has a way of doing that. So here, he's going to return both of these spells, special summon the Sword Abyss. He's going to go Battle Phase. Right in the Battle Phase, we activate the Super Polys and the Super Poly to the graveyard to make myself the Mu Della Dragon. Give me that, it's mine. So we stop all of that. Main phase 2, he says a back row and his turn. We actually managed to survive that. So here we survive with freaking Unicorn, Castira Birth, 1 Shuffler, and a freaking Super Poly. This game is stupid. So here we join to the screen, which does nothing. We're going to activate the Heartbeats and the Barrier back into the deck. We're going to activate the Scream here, getting ourselves a copy of the Meta Noise, because we're not going to do much or anything. I go attack. They don't take any battle damage from this, but they do take battle damage from the Unicorn. I'm going to get rid of the Typhon, because as stupid as Typhon is, it can be annoying for my deck sometimes. So we're just going to get rid of that thing, slap it for the 2500. Main phase 2, we're going to use both of these monsters here, make ourselves the SP of the Littlest Knight. Activate its effect, banish their own Super Poly that they had tucked in the back, hot and ready for me to get smoked by. So we're going to activate the Birth, bring the Unicorn back onto the field. This little combo is just hella oppressive. Bro is going to draw a card, draws into nothing because we basically dismantle his resources, and we're going to win the game. That dude was actually crazy for what it was. This little combo of Birth and Unicorn is honestly just nasty. Let's continue. Alright, familia, here we are for replay numero 4, number 4 of the day. And we're going second, and we're going up against Sky Strikers. Now, Sky Striker going first is honestly, if you're gonna play Sky Strikers, I don't think you should be going first. I'm gonna keep it a $150. I just don't think you should be going first. But some people do that, and this is one of those people right here. He's gonna activate the Immobilize. Of course, that means they're gonna search out a spell. They're gonna get themselves the Striker. the mecha, activate its effect. We know where this is going. They're gonna get a token, link off the token into the Kaigari, bring it out here. Now, Sky Striker isn't really bad. It's really slow in the current meta. If you're playing pure Sky Strikers, it's just extremely slow. This deck used to be extremely good. Unless you're playing it going second with a bunch of board breakers, I don't think you should be playing it going first. So they make the Kaigari. They're going to recycle the Engage here. A lot of resources, though, I'll tell you that much. Engage going to activate. They're going to get themselves a copy of the modules over here, because that means they get to recycle some spells. Link off the Kaigari into a copy of the Shiseku. And that animation is just top tier. That thing is tough. Activate the mecha, set to back rows, activate the Shiseku, getting themselves a copy of the Widow Anchor to the hand. They activate the Widow Anchor, negate their own Shiseku, so that way they can activate set. Bro knows what he's doing. Like, this is big. This is big brain. I play this deck. I know what I'm doing type of play. So that was actually really cool. But bro ends the turn, right? That's all they had. Here we're gonna special summon the Unicorn, activate the Unicorn's effect. We're gonna get ourselves the Birth to the hand, activate the Birth. He should have negated that. Now, nobody negates the Unicorn because nobody ever thinks that you're actually playing Kashtira, which nobody ever is playing Kashtira. Sometimes they are, but this specifically deck does not want this to be on the field. So we activate the Sharon here, especially summon the Sharon. We're going to send the Chill Image Kashtira to the graveyard. Activate its effect. We're going to mill 2. We do hit the Rhino Heart, so we're going to activate the Rhino Heart, and they have a Call by the Grave. Sad times in the kingdom, Call by the Grave against the Rhino Heart. That's just sad. My heart hurts. It is what it is. Sad times in the kingdom, get it out. So here we're going to lose some time. I'm going to activate the Birth, and I specifically get rid of every single spell that's down here because it's going to basically stop most of the secondary effects of his spells in the back row. And bro just said, you know what? Widow Anchor. Take over the Unicorn. Activates the Sky Striker Mecha, the Shark, the Cannon to special summon the Teal Image Kashtira, which is very smart on him. Because what he's doing here is, one, I don't know if he thought that this would work. I don't remember if it worked or not, but I think it did. By taking over the Unicorn, this thing should be negated. But since I already activated what this is on the field, I don't think it is. We'll see in a second. And then he's getting rid of my Teal Image Kashtira because I can special summon it with the Birth as well. So really smart place on him. And then he gets the effect of taking over her because he still has 3 spells in the graveyard. And then with the Widow Anchor, he gets the extra effect of keeping my Unicorn because he still has 3 spells in the graveyard, right? Do that. We banish the 3 spells, so no, that didn't negate the Birth. They're going to activate their own Teal Image Kashtira. He's going to mill his own side. I'm guessing he was trying to mill his own spells, but didn't happen. We're going to activate the Foolish Burial Goods, sending the Triva Karma to the graveyard, activate the Triva Karma, banish the Triva Karma to get myself the Grief, because we're going to make our opponent grief a little bit. As we activate special summon Havness, send Havness to the graveyard, activate Havness, use its effects so we Confusion Summon into the Kit de la Kalos. Now here I spent about half a year. I'm not going to lie, I had to think about this. Because I didn't want to make a Rukalos. It just didn't feel right. We have both of these traps in the hand. I'm like, I'm not making no Rukalos. I could have, though, made some different plays. Because what I do is activate. We're going to send the Rhino Heart, activate the Kid Kalos, send her to the graveyard. And you know what I'm saying, bro? We got to do it for the love of the mill. She's out here, so I can't mill with her. I didn't want to just make a Rukalos. So I'm like, let me special summon the Rhino Heart and just mill the 5 with Kid Kalos. We're going to mill the 5, chain block it with the Rhino Heart just in case they have anything. And bro, he was having fun too. He activates the negated Unicorn for whatever reason. So that thing is negated. We know Rhino Heart got fingered a little bit ago. We're going to mill 5 here. We're going to activate a Scream, getting ourselves a Meta Noise to the hand, set our back row, and a turn. So it was a high risk, high reward play, right? If we did mill and get the fusion, I get to keep this on the field. I should have honestly kept like a Crime in the hand or something, because if I activate Solix, send this into the graveyard, I could have special summoned this, send the card to the graveyard, and then we could have triggered a fusion. But again, I didn't do that because I'm an idiot, but I should have done that. So here they're going to get the Shark Cannon back here. We're going to receive our Unicorn back to our side of the field. He's going to go Battle Phase, try to attack over the Rhino Heart, so I'm going to activate Solix and the Rhino Heart to the graveyard to negate her. He's going to use both his monster and my monster to make a Siki, bring it out here. Siki is going to activate, banishing the Unicorn, get it out. And this is the problem with Sky Strikers. It's just how slow it is. They're going to make another Shiseku, which Okay, I was gonna say, why not make another Kaigari? And I can tell by the way that he's playing that he's just not trying to use too many resources. But nah, because Kaigari doesn't get him any good spells here. So no, this is probably his best play. As he's gonna set a back row, he's gonna draw himself an immobilize for the next turn. And then that's gonna be their turn here. So now we're gonna draw into a copy of Keldo. We're gonna activate the birth so we could birth our Chilimish Kashira, activate her effect so we could mill. He's gonna activate the Sky Striker Mecha Widow. So this is when I activate the crime because I don't need this in the hand. I kind of want to keep her on the field. So we're gonna use the crime to negate this thing. Now I know that we have one weakness, which is that Shark Cannon. So I gotta take care of that some way, somehow. So we send the Keldo. We're gonna mill 3. Luckily, we actually do hit a Sharon, which is crazy. We're gonna use both of all 3 of these to go into Kaleido Heart. Now, mind you, he probably didn't activate the Shark Cannon because he might have thought that I was gonna go into Kid Carlos, right? Because Kid Carlos is still in our deck. Did I use her as material? No. So why didn't you use your Shark Cannon? How many spells do you have in your graveyard? 2. Yeah, you still should have used the Shark Cannon, but either way, we go Kaleido Heart. I'm getting rid of that Shark Cannon. Shark Cannon gonna activate. He goes for the Fairy Tail Snow, so I activate the Snow, banish 7. Who really cares? I have a bunch of trash in the graveyard anyways. Special summon her onto the field. We just dodge that like it's nothing. Kaleido Heart doesn't bounce it back because the thing gonna get banished when it leaves the field. I'm gonna banish the rest of the spells that they have in the graveyard. Go battle phase, attack over this thing. Attack for the 1850, attack for the 3000. Main phase 2, end phase. Our unicorn gets to come back. They're gonna draw a card here. Bro is gonna activate the maneuver. He's gonna pop the unicorn. Then he's gonna activate the immobilize here in order to basically link summon without needing a monster. They're gonna go into the Hayate, special summon Hayate onto the field. We're gonna pop the unicorn. That's going to trigger our birth, so we're just going to banish all of the spells from the graveyard each and every single time. He goes battle phase, we activate the Soliax and the Kaleido so we can negate this thing. Kaleido going to special summon because at the end of the day, he could still send a spell with this thing, and I know he has an immobilized in the hand. So he could add a card, go Kaigari, add the engage back, and he's going to get a lot of resources out of that. Yeah, not in front of me. As we're going to send the Sharon back, activate Kaleido. I'm going to get rid of their module over here. So that way he could start recycling his spells, get it out. Sharon going to activate. We're going to use them both to fusion summon to our Kid Carlos. One time for the one time. Kid Carlos we're going to activate. Send a Havness to the graveyard. Activate Havness. And we're just going to go into Root Carlos. This deck is not meant to go first, and that's why. I mean, honestly speaking, the board that he set up at the beginning could have won a game if I didn't have so much follow-up. Because Widow Anchor alone can stop a bunch of stupidity, any one-card combo. But, yeah, it's just, I don't think you should be playing Sky Strikers going first. You can, but I would go second all day and try and break some boards. So with that being said, let's continue. Alright, my boys. So here, I want to show you the regular Yu-Gi-Oh experience trying to play through 5 freaking hand traps or 4. So first of all, they activate the 4 of those. I don't got anything for that thing. So I'm going to activate Sharon, special summon Sharon, send the Keldo to the graveyard with Mill. We hit the Chilimish Kashira. We also hit the Rhino Heart, right? So I'm like, we have a Grief. I'll do the Rhino Heart play, bring the Rhino Heart, send the Grief. Chilimish Kashira, Mill 2. We're going to activate the Rhino Heart Chain Blocker with the Meta Noise that we just hit. So I can add the Chilimish Kashira to the hand. No, Infinite Impermanence. Just play the game, bro. Infinite Impermanence, that's hand trap number 2. We're going to get the Chilimish Kashira back to the hand. We're going to activate the Chilimish Kashira, get the Meta Noise. No, we're going to get the Grief out of there. Activate her effect. We're going to mill through. We actually hit it Sharon, activate the Scream. Ash Blossom. So my only defensive option, which is to get a freaking like Soliek or something onto the field. I can't even do that because, again, you're playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Hand Trap, dude. I haven't even given him a card yet. That's the crazy part. So they stop the Scream. Scream gets stopped. No more screaming. Shut your mouth. So here we're going to use both of these monsters here. What I should have done, I think I was just not trying to give him extra cards. Because I was going to say I should have kept the 2 level 4th and went into the Time Thief Redoer. But it is what it is. We go Kid Carlos. Kid Carlos activate. Getting ourselves a copy to the Soliek. Drawing Lockbird. Drilling freaking Lockbirds. Bro was just throwing out every hand trap that he could. Because at the end of the day, what the heck am I adding after this, bro? If you see me add a trap, that means my turn is over. So bro throws out the Drilling Lockbirds. So that's 4 hand traps that we had to try and play through. It is what it is. So bro has 3 cards in the hand. He's going to activate an Engraver. Engraver going to activate, getting himself the track. Luckily, we have a Shuffler in the graveyard, right? So track going to activate, getting herself the Lurry. Lurry going to be sent to the graveyard. Lurry going to try and special summon itself. So no, we're not doing that. We activate Collider Heart. Of course, I'm going to get the Lurry and the Engraver out of here. I'm giving him back the Fuelos too because it's useless after this. I'm like, you could have that back. Unless bro just decided not to make plays and then join into it. But no, his normal summons a Poplar, activate the Poplar, activate the Sulliek. We're going to negate the Poplar. Sulliek going to send the Kid Kalos to the graveyard. We're going to mill 5. No, we're not. Bro just going to scoop. Because this is Yu-Gi-Oh! You throw out freaking 4 hand traps during your opponent's turn. You get negated once and you just got to leave. It's just the game you play. So that is the last replay. Let me see if we can get some live gameplay going on. I do have to go to work soon, but let's see. All right, Konami, give me a chance, all right? Just one coin toss and a dream. No, we're not. We don't get respected around here with coin tosses. We don't get respected around here with coin tosses, bro. Now it happens once in a while. We do get respected once in a while with some coin tosses. Give me the polys then. No muy bueno, but we gonna play the game. Actually, this not that bad. This isn't that bad. We just have to try and play through stupidity. Well, that's one of them. That's one of them. Okay. This thing has to be like when your opponent activates a monster effect on the field. So I gotta wait for him to make the Requiem. Yeah, once he activates the Requiem, that's when we activate this, and hopefully we get some mills. Right? Yep. Gotta try and get something. Bro probably has an Ash. It could be Ash, could be Max CNM. Wow, what a mill, boy! What a mill, boy! That is the sexiest mill of all times. We might still get cooked. But yeah, do this, do that, and chain block it with all of this. What a meal. Nah, yeah, for sure. For sure. I'm honestly tired of this card, bro. I'm genuinely just tired of it. Because we're going to send a card to the graveyard. This adds a card to the hand. I'm going to use both of these to fusion summon anyways. In that case, get the crime. Wait, no, it's the meta noise, you meathead. Well, honestly, hold on now. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It has to be like that. It has to be like that. It has to be like that. Because, yeah, I get to send this thing back to the deck. Right? Yeah. Get it out. We just gave him a +1 though. Because I might have to give him more than a +1 if I go kick Kalos. So I might as well, right? Wait, what? There was 2 of them? When the fuck? When did bro send 2 of them? What? Oh no, oh, okay, never mind. Bro started off with that. If you send this to the graveyard, you're just an idiot. Okay. Oh my god, bro. I don't even know if he just drew into this. I don't even know if he just drew into this stupidity. But I don't like it. Bro hasn't even normal summoned yet. Which is the scary part. Yo, this music is... Whose music is this? Is my music? Okay, sequence. We know that much. Did I never asked. So how do you... What do you send to the graveyard? Oh, no, because he still gets to make the stupid play, bro. I hate this in freaking Snake Eyes. This engine is Snake Eyes. It makes me so angry because Snake Eyes just has like a zillion ways of doing shit. Like, you gotta hope. Did you? Bro, use the engraver as much. Okay. Muy bien. Muy bien. SP the littlest knight. Oh, fuck off. Alright. Well, that's not good. It's not good at all. It's fine. It's not that deep. Actually, this might be better than anything, because now we get to go Planish Press and race off. My cash plays are live. That might not be that bad. And that might just be extremely good. Yeah, let's do it. Now I hope one of those is not a Call by the Grave. That's what I'm hoping. Grab this. Special summon. They could be infinite impermanences though. Nothing. Yeah, it might be a good time. Well, not really, because I don't get to add. Actually, yeah, just in case one of this is Called by the Grave, we could banish the whole freaking Lacrima shenanigans. Now, my theme, even though I could Call by the Grave, right? Let me see. I'll see if I normal summon this, and then I send to the graveyard and he activates this thing in response to that, I might still get cooked. But then my traps are live. So I think I have to do this. Do that. I might just send depending on whether, okay. That thing doesn't do anything during my turn though, right? When an attack is declared involving card, your opponent monster, whatever field face up, or this card is a continuous spell, whatever, nah, it doesn't do anything. Well, that does something. Okay. Okay. I'ma try. Hopefully he doesn't. Hopefully he doesn't. Because I want to get rid of this. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. I don't want him. Okay, that's fine. There we go. Bro's being patient for nothing. Because I'm not doing anything else. I'm not doing a single thing. Because, well, actually, we technically have play. So I'm going to go battle. Yagata. Let me touch that extra deck one time. Because as long as I don't... well, forgot about that. Definitely forgot about that. What? Kashira Unicorn? Okay. I should have just not tried to touch the extra deck. I completely forgot. But it is what it is. Bro negated us. I'm not attacking anything. I'm actually fine with this. Wait, that was stupid on my part. Trying to touch the extra deck. Because what I should have done is not touch the extra deck. Walk over her. Use both of these monsters. Make the moon. Moon we go wrecking with special summoning engraver. Then I bring back the birth. I mean the unicorn with the birth. That's what I should have done. But it is what it is. This crime is going to go hard. This Soliak is not going to go too hard. But it's going to go hard. Now. Doesn't really matter. I'll just bring it back now. That's fine. Set. Let's do it like this then. I'm not too worried. Hike, low-key, well, it depends. Yeah, definitely not too worried. That's fine. Go ahead. Yeah. Send it back. Send this. There we go, baby. There we go, baby. This crime gonna go stupido. This crime gonna go stupido one time for the one time. Come on, man. Come on, man. That was crazy. That was crazy. Let me see if I can get you one more, gang. Let's go. All right, Konami, respect me. Respect me one time. I gotta go to work, bro. Let us go. Oh my God. Well, we're going second again because this game hates me. I mean, we did kind of decent going second, but then our opponent didn't do anything crazy. This juicy right here, though. Oh, never mind. Never fucking mind. That's just the game you play. Yup. It's this trash right here. I hate the fact that they turned one of the most iconic monsters in the game into a floodgate freaking warrior. That's so annoying. But alright. But alright. Ironically, we might be okay. Like, we might be alright. It just depends on what type of other stupidity they have. Well, they do have the special summon from this, because I'm pretty sure he's gonna make a rabbit, and then he has the follow-up from this. Fenrir is Exodia's kryptonite though, so I don't know. Yeah. Play this kind of well in the sense that I'm not gonna get to use the poly. I was hoping I could use the poly, but we're not gonna get to use the poly. And there's 3 back row stupidity, I promise you, are floodgates. And then Fenrir gets smoked by that thing too. Yeah, no, we lose this. We hardcore lose this. Yup. Yeah, what I tell you, all of them are fucking floodgates, bro. I hate playing against it. That's why I was playing. This is the deck that I made me put Cyclone in this deck. It's just so trash, bro. Konami, make decks better so we don't have to deal with dumb shit like this, fam. Come on now. It's not even gonna matter much, but whatever. Summon that thing. He's letting me activate it at least. He's probably gonna wait until like I try to battle to destroy the board. Okay. No, because you're gonna get banished. I have to banish with this thing, so I might as well try and special summon this. So let me add this to the hand because we're 100% gonna lose this here. No, I should have got. Well, no, because again I can't. Whatever. Yeah, he's not gonna let this Fenrir live. So in that case, well, if I change, ah man, whatever I summon is just gonna get clapped anyways, cause it's gonna get destroyed. Well, that's that. But bro didn't even. Wouldn't it have been better to wait though until, yes, continue my main phase? You just saw me do this, brother, man. Wouldn't it have? Oh my God. Please tell me this is trash. Please tell me this is trash. I beg of you. Because I hate losing to people who aren't smart. Because that was not smart. You should have waited until it was in the battle phase to do this. Because now I'm just going to bring it back. Unless bro just doesn't allow me to do so. What the fuck is that? For the rest of the turn, negate all fucking hate this game. Oh wait, what? My fucking, I'm still sick. This is one of those times where me being blind actually. Oh wait, no, it says for the rest of the turn, right? For the rest of this, that's fucking what? Negate all quick continue quick play spell card effects on the field. So does that negate you as well? Or the ones that were on the... Well, we're going to have to figure it out. Please tell me this works. Because I want to beat bro's stupidity. Please? Oh, fuck off. It doesn't freaking work. Well... When I tell you that I hate this game, bro. When I tell you that I hate this game, bro. Like, you lose games to dumb people because of stupid cards. Whatever. Does it even freaking matter? Yeah, I'm done, bro. I'm good. All right, familia. So that is the deck. That is the video. Again, I gotta go to work. I was gonna try and be like, oh, let me try and do another video. I'm not playing this game no more. This is why I don't. This is why I don't. This is why. This is why stupid shit like that is what makes me not even keep playing the stupid game sometimes. I turn this shit off. I go relax, play some Marvel Rivals or something. I'm freaking no. Wait till Monster Hunter comes out. Wait till Monster Hunter Wilds comes out and I'm gonna shut up. So with that being said, that is the deck list. Again, I think the reference deck list I showed at the beginning might be better for climbing and the ladder and all the extras. It might be just a little bit more competitive, but I really like the way this deck plays with these ratios and everything. So with that being said, again, if you guys enjoy the content, please remember to leave that like, share, comment, and subscribe, because I would greatly appreciate it. Enough with the yapping. Continue having a great day, and I'm gonna catch you guys next time. Peace.